Good morning. It is February 3rd. It is day 2 of our daily videos. I'm drawing up a little diagram here for you. I want to show you this illustration in a couple minutes. As I finish this up, I just want to talk a bit about a conundrum that I have that is basically a result of wanting to do these daily videos for you. I don't want these videos to be too long. So here's the conundrum. Anytime we talk about anything in the political realm, it's complicated, it's nuanced, there's always something more that can be said. And that means if you make a short video or a short statement, anybody can say, yeah, but what about this, but what about that? So I want to fully acknowledge that over the next few days, I want to do like between 5 and 10 minute videos. Yesterday, I got so much positive response from people saying, I'm so excited to go through a video a day for 97 straight days now. And I got so much positive response on that I'm thinking here, I don't want you to have to watch a 20-minute video every day. Now, there's a chance, of course, that you would just stop watching. But I don't want that either, because there is a sense of excitement around me coming on here every day and talking to you about a policy, a principle, a thought, something happening around town, etc. And so I do want these to be digestible for you. But like I say, I run the risk of being reductionistic, not saying everything that can be said about the thing, not saying enough about the thing. But I want to focus on one little kernel of learning or truth or insight for you, something that I'm learning, something that you want to know about me. And if you just get one of those a day for the next 98 days, well then at the end of the process, you'll know 98 more things about me, about government, about administration, about the Municipal District of St. Stephen, about your thoughts, because of course a lot of this is me asking you what you think. And I do want to say I did get some great questions yesterday. Folks have asked me, Mark, on your videos, can you cover this? Can you cover that? I welcome that. I do want you to reach out to me with ideas of things that you would like me to talk about, explain. I'm learning along with you, but I want to share with you what I know about how government, municipal government, is best supposed to work, functions at its best, is healthy and functional, which brings me to today's little diagram. Because I realize I can dive into, a lot of people are excited for me to talk about the plan, the priorities, the commitments. You can check those out on buildupststephen.ca, St, buildupststephen.ca, where I do lay all those out. And I've told you those are going to evolve over time as I listen to you and as we move closer to May 11th. I do want to be your mayor who goes into the role not just knowing how the government should function and best practices and how we can improve things compared to their current state, but also with a sense of what it is that you feel like we need as a municipality, because ultimately my goal, as I've said, as your mayor, is to be leading a council that you can trust, and I want to unpack how that can happen, who are building up a home we are proud of. I want to hear from you about how we can do that more. I have my own ideas, but what's a home that you're proud of? What does that look like? Sharing an action plan that we all understand. There is holes that people say, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how people make the decisions. I don't understand anything about government. I see trucks driving around. I know that there's council meetings and they're always talking about documents and laws and things. I want to kind of untangle that hairball for you, as I have for myself over 2 years of paying close attention to municipal affairs and how they work. Okay, back to this. Enough suspense. People ask me, like I say, about my commitments, my priorities, the things on the website, but I realized if I dive into talking about those things, just headlong plunge in, commitments, priorities, the way that I'm going to conduct myself, the way that I hope to lead council, if I don't explain how municipal government best functions, then it kind of lands in a scattered way. I know for me, when I'm learning something, I need to know the larger context. To me, explaining what I'm going to do as mayor, what I hope to accomplish for you as I serve as your mayor, if I don't explain, if you don't have an understanding of, and if you don't understand how I understand municipal government, To me, that's like trying to explain the rules of a sport without first saying, okay, so it's played on a rectangular grass field, okay? If you try to explain hockey and someone thinks soccer field, it's going to be a mess. Or if you try to explain chess and you don't first say, it's played on a board with a bunch of squares, okay, now it makes sense. So I want to kind of do that because it's very important. I know a lot of people are wondering, how is municipal government supposed to work? Well, here is how it is supposed to work. And essentially, it is this shape that I drew. Okay? Municipal government has two clear, your municipality has two clear bodies, essentially. The first one is your council. Okay? So that's your council. And it's backwards on this video. Can we do that? Does that work? Your council is one of the clear bodies or parties or ways that this works. Now, you elect your council, of course. Your council has very specific roles to fulfill as legislated by, say it with me now, the Local Governance Act of New Brunswick. I mentioned yesterday that everything the municipality does is highly regulated by the province, okay? And so the municipalities abide by that. Now, what is this second triangle? The second triangle is your administration. I can't write too fast, otherwise it'll be really sloppy. Your administration. Now, this is where it gets a little bit sticky because people say, I understand the council, the mayor, and there's an election, and we see these people, and we vote for these people. What is the administration, and where does this one stop and this one begin? The administration is the staff of the municipality. So if you go to the Garcelon Civic Center, everybody working in the municipal office is part of your administration, your staff. The excellent people plowing our roads and filling the cracks, driving the trucks, doing the landscaping, that's all your administration. So the administration is carrying out all the tasks and the kind of the how things are done of the municipality, okay? So it's becoming clear, there's only two. You only need to know about these two things when we're talking about municipal governments, municipal oversight. You have your council, who are elected by you, and you are essentially at the top of this hourglass because you elect these folks. There's going to be 6 councilors and 1 mayor, and their job is to set policy and make decisions based around what we need as residents. And when they make those bylaws and resolutions, those policies, then it moves into the staff where they disseminate and accomplish the tasks that council has decided on your behalf, okay? So does that make sense? Now, there's this pinch point right here, and it is very intentional. What is at this pinch point, this choke point, this clear division? Well, at the top of that, we have a CAO, Chief Administrative Officer of the staff. This is the chief executive of the staff. They are the boss. They decide, they are the expert that is hired by the council and given authority to manage all the administrative tasks of the municipality, okay? So we have a CAO. The Local Governance Act does allow a municipality to hire a CAO. The Local Governance Act does take for granted that even if it's not officially a CAO, there is a manager in charge of the administration. Okay, and now at the bottom, I would say, this is kind of my own idea as I've studied this out according to best practices that I've read. I shouldn't say this is my idea, but I like to see things in pictures. So this picture is as I understand it. And at the bottom of this kind of pinch point is the mayor. Now, why do I put the mayor here as opposed to here? Because I believe that the mayor, we'll talk more about, how I explain this process and how I got all here. It needs to be another video. This one's already 9 minutes long. See what I'm saying? So the mayor, the council serves at the election of the people. And the mayor is elected at large and is kind of a team lead for the council. But the mayor does serve in that role at the pleasure of council. It's kind of like first among equals, where the mayor doesn't have a special role or 2 votes or that kind of thing. The mayor is like a chair of a board. The chair of a board leads the board, provides structure, provides direction, but there is by no sense, by no means are they the boss, and without the board, they would cease to function. So it is like that. It is a very kind of dependent relationship on each other. The council is a team, but this is very important. I want to talk more about this tomorrow. Why did I fold this paper in half? Because it is a very clear line that needs to be drawn between your council setting policy and making decisions and then passing those along to, it's backward, to the CAO, holding the CAO to account. The CAO needs to have the highest competence. They are the expert in administration of all of the decisions that are required, that are made by your council, but are required to be carried out by staff, okay? And so this is very clear. If you do not understand this, then it's hard to have a map of who's doing what and why and where the best practices are, okay? So because of the constraints on the time, I will move more tomorrow into what that means in terms of specific duties of the council and the mayor. That very strict line that needs to exist here between council and mayor and CAO and staff, all the implications of that, and the qualities, therefore, that the mayor and the CAO need to have, and the relationship between the CAO and the mayor, and how those need to be very distinct and clean and separate, even as they work together with council, with, again, you at the top, your priorities, your needs, setting the entire agenda as it moves down through this structure, okay? So that is it. Maybe that was new to some of you. If it was, hope you learned something. It was news to me a couple years ago. Maybe it was old news to those of you who understand how this works. That's great. Sometimes I think some people look at the way the municipality is running and says, I don't understand who's supposed to do what. And if this is not working, if this is not happening in practice in the municipality, then the municipality is not as healthy and working as well as it can be. So whether this was news to you or old news to you, that is, and this is something you should know, that is something that I will be operating under as an assumption. Very clean governance up here, decision and policy making, and very clean administration and management of the staff and the tasks in this tier of government. When both of those things are working well, you have a municipality that's healthy and working at its best for you. Looking forward to unpacking more of that tomorrow, friends. Thank you for bearing along with me. I went north of 10 minutes again. We'll try to get that down. But thank you for listening. This was video number 2. I look forward to more as we talk about how to build up St. Stephen together. Cheers.